From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Kent's Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Definitely a wet day out there today. We're going to get more into that here in a second. I want to tell you about the Weather NorCal app. It's free. Go to your app store for your iPhone and search for Weather NorCal. Once you do that, you'll see this icon. Click Install. You're installing it for free, and you've got everything that Weather NorCal has to offer right there on your phone. It's also the same thing for Android. Just go to the Google Play Store. Now, in the app, you can also share your photos. Now, I encourage you to take your storm photos that you may take those pictures, and then you can share them through the app. And then typically what I'll do is I'll show them, especially on the morning show, Coffee with Kruger, at about 6:30 in the morning, every weekday morning at 6:30. And be sure to check it out. If you share your photos, let me know where you are, what kind of damage you may have seen due to the storm. And even if it's just a beautiful picture, maybe a sunrise or a sunset or just a great picture of your pet, share them from the app. And we'll, of course, be sure to share them on Coffee with Kruger, and maybe even some of the weather updates as well. Take a look at some of the rainfall totals as of about 5 o'clock today. You can see very impressive out towards the north end of the valley. Now what's interesting is, this is looking at northwest Reading, 1.32. But we saw it was somewhere around 3/10 of an inch of rainfall, maybe a little bit more than that out at the Reading airport. So it just depends on where you are in Reading. Especially north and west side of the town, we did see a lot more rainfall than the south and east side of town. Now Red Bluff, just under 1/4 of an inch, but there you can see 0.38 in Chico and 1500s out in Orville. And of course, look at the coast, no big surprises there. We're over an inch there from Trinidad northward up to Crescent City at 1.5 inches. There you can see out in Eureka about 3/4 of an inch, and a little bit more than that for Fortuna, and not to mention Redway. But again, you can see if you're out in Susanville, you say, what are you talking about, rain? We didn't really see anything. Of course, you didn't see much. Even out towards Chester, only about 2/10 of an inch of rainfall, as well as Quincy. So again, you can see it just depends on where you are in Northern California. It depends on the impacts of the storm. And on top of that, gusty winds out there. Look at the Reading Airport, 44 miles per hour. Out at Red Bluff, 46 miles per hour this afternoon. Eureka, 33. Not as strong elsewhere, but there you can see Crescent City almost 40 miles per hour. Even off to the east, though, despite the fact that you saw less rainfall, you still saw some pretty gusty winds there. 32 miles per hour at Alturas, and Susanville about 33 miles per hour. Again, that's as of about 5 o'clock today. So we take a look at the rain. It's not as widespread here for your Thursday, but still a chance for some rain. Heavier rainfall to the north and west, which we'll see here on Futurecast here in just a second. Next chance for heavier rainfall, and not to mention gusty winds, will be on Saturday. Snow levels are going to drop slightly for tomorrow, but not by much. And I do expect higher snow levels by the time we do get into Saturday and into early next week. Off and on rain, really, after today, off and on rain through the weekend and most likely through at least the middle of next week, if not even into the latter part of next week. So we take a look at the North Coast forecast for tonight and into tomorrow morning. Of course, overcast skies, still seeing those showers. As I mentioned, it's the north and western portions of the state that will see most of the rain through the day tomorrow. So for example, you look at the valley, we may even see some breaks in the clouds, maybe some scattered showers for the second half of the day. Siskiyou County, yeah, better chances for rain there, but Modoc County, mainly looking at fairly dry conditions, and not to mention off into the eastern mountains. So let's show you what's going on here on the satellite first and foremost. Here's the area of low pressure impacting our weather today, giving us the heavy rainfall some of us, many of us have seen. Others, obviously not as much rainfall. Now, we take a look at the overall pattern here. Once this storm system passes, we're going to be more in an unsettled weather pattern for your Thursday, Friday. Now, in particular, Friday, I'm expecting mainly dry conditions. And then this is the system coming in on Saturday. Not only heavy rainfall, but also those gusty winds coming in for the first half of the weekend. So let's take a look at Futurecast, walk you through the timing of it all. There you can see as we go into tonight at 10 o'clock, we're seeing some pretty decent snow off to the east. Snow levels around 3,000 to 4,000 feet, also off to the north and west. Chain requirements are still going to be something we'll be dealing with here east of I-5. Probably not as much to the west of I-5, although, for example, Scott Mountain, On Highway 3 in northern Trinity County, making its way into southern Siskiyou County. Could be dealing with some chain requirements there, just some snow on the highway there. But looks like I-5 still looking pretty much in the clear as far as snow is concerned. However, by tomorrow morning, you can see better chances for snow there, not to mention on Highway 89. Now, I don't anticipate any chain requirements on I-5, but just be aware of the fact that we could be looking at some snow on I-5 near Mount Shasta City. It probably won't be a lot, and most likely, it might be more of a mix than anything else. So accumulating snow on I-5 is going to be a very slim chance here. And of course, you can see on Highway 299, west of Reading and west of I-5, looks like mainly in the form of rain as well. This is noon tomorrow, by the way. Notice where most of the rain is, north and west. We're not seeing much anywhere else. Now, as we go through the afternoon on Thursday, see what happens? It pushes to the east. We're seeing better chances for rain for northern Shasta County, Siskiyou County, but it's beginning to dry out, looks like, even for the north coast. And then, of course, you can see maybe out towards Reading, a chance for some of that rain, but fairly dry for Red Bluff southward. And then check this out. As we take you into your Thursday night, it's all pretty much gone. And then Friday, things get a little more interesting. There may be a scattered sprinkle or light shower here and there through the day on Friday, but it's not until late in the day Friday night that we'll see a better chance for some rain kicking in. This right here is what's coming in on Saturday, giving us that heavier rainfall. So let's take a look at the road conditions through tonight and into tomorrow morning. So you can see that snow getting really close to I-5 right here, not to mention Highway 89, but mainly in the form of rain on Highway 299. So again, we're not going to see very big impacts north on I-5 or west of I-5, with the exception of maybe Highway 36 there. And then east of I-5, your typical spots around above 4,000 feet, that is where we could see most of those chain requirements. And then it looks like conditions are going to be about the same as we go into Thursday afternoon, maybe slightly improving conditions. Now the winds, boy, they've been gusty out there in many cases. Of course, you saw some of the peak gusts we saw today. But tomorrow, I'm still expecting some gusty winds at times. Certainly not to the speed that we saw today, but there you can see 20, even 30 miles per hour out on the coast. And, you know, maybe upwards of around 20 miles per hour for the valley on Thursday. Then we go into Friday morning, fairly calm winds, but still a little breezy off to the north and west. We take into Friday afternoon, once again, still a little breezy in the north and west, but overall the winds are not going to be nearly as strong as we go into the next couple of days. All right, so here's Futurecast. As I mentioned, I think we'll see a break on Friday. Then on Saturday, there's the next storm system coming in, heavy rainfall, and you see these tightly packed isobars, these lines. The tighter they are packed, the stronger the winds will be. So we expect gusty winds again for your Saturday. Snow in the Sierra and Southern Cascades, not to mention some of the Trinity Alps as well, but again, you're going to have to go above 6,000 feet. Then we'll probably see a break on Sunday. You see this storm system is moving in closer. You can see some of the rain coming into our south. So most of the day on Sunday's dry. By Sunday night into Monday, that low pressure system shifts a little bit more to the east, and you've got that flow around the area of low pressure, bringing in all of the moisture coming in from the subtropics. Hence, we got that rain on Monday. Now, that shifts to the south, but still the flow around that low will keep bringing that rain in on Tuesday, and then it kind of moves off to the east and breaks apart, but still more showers possibly for Wednesday of next week as well. So looking at the long-range forecast rain totals, it's important to note this is a long ways out. Now, if you were to look at the European forecast models, the numbers would be higher, probably closer to 6 inches out towards Reading. So, you know, when we're talking upwards of 4 inches of rain, not out of the question for the valley. And you'll notice for the coast, maybe not as much, but maybe upwards of 2 to 3 inches there. And yet, surprise, surprise, right? We're just not seeing as much off to the north and east. All right, so we look at the wave heights as we take you into your Thursday. There you can see upwards of around, 9 to 10 feet. So we are seeing those wave heights dropping for your Thursday, and then take you into Friday. Again, with the approaching storm system, especially into Saturday, we can see those wave heights are going to increase again for your Friday. So here's a marine forecast for your Thursday. Those winds from the south at 15 to 20 knots. Waves from the west at 14 feet at about 13 seconds. Small correct advisory through tomorrow afternoon. All right, so for tonight, of course, we still got those showers out there, but it's really decreasing. By the time we get to midnight, most of the rain and snow is gone. And then, of course, more showers coming in, especially to the north and west as we go into your Thursday. But tonight, dropping down to the mid to upper 40s, a mild night. And, of course, for the higher elevations, I think we'll struggle to get down to freezing. So probably somewhere in the mid to upper 30s overnight tonight for the mountains, mid to upper 30s for Trinity County, mid 40s inland, and mid 40s also for the coast. Let's take a look at your Trinity County neighborhood forecast, where temperatures are going to be in the 40s and 50s for your high. So off and on chances for rain, and snow levels 3,500 feet tomorrow. Honestly, that might be pushing it. It might still be closer to 4,000 feet. Then 5,000 feet and higher, any chance for rain we have after that. Off and on chances for rain, as I mentioned, over the next 7 days. For the North Coast neighborhood forecast, Blue Lake 56, look for a high of 52 out in Alder Point. In Garberville, a high of about 54 degrees. We take you up to the north. And of course, we're looking out towards Del Norte in northern Humboldt County. 55 degrees for Smith River, 54 for Gasquet, Hoopa 54, and Willow Creek, a high of about 55 degrees. Here's your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast. Etna, about 42, 43 out in Dunsmuir, Tennant, a high of about 41. And out towards Happy Camp, a high of 47. Here's your Modoc County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures in the low to mid 40s, 44 degrees out in Tule Lake, 43 for Canby and Calpines, a high of about 45. There's your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast. Again, no big surprises here. We're talking temperatures mid to upper 40s for your daytime highs. And for the Valley, brought to you by Haas Farms, temperatures upper 50s to about 60. And we take a look up north, and there you can see high of about 52 degrees for Whiskeytown, 52 degrees out in Lakehead, but a little bit warmer heading southward. High of 57 for Redding, Cottonwood 58, and Red Bluff, a high of 59 degrees. So let's take a look at your 7-day outlook, and we're going to take a look at Redding, and of course, kind of walk you through the timing of everything. So you got the showers, nothing, most of it's going to be around Redding northward. I don't think we're going to see a lot of rain for places like Chico or Red Bluff, but still a chance there nonetheless. Now, I think we'll see a break for the most part on Friday. If you see a sprinkle on Friday, don't be surprised. But I do expect the heavier rainfall to arrive Saturday. Then maybe another break on Sunday with more wet weather for off and on really here for your President's Day through at least the middle of next week, if not longer.